This is your friendly reminder that you have been there for yourself through 100% of all your bad days, your worst times, and your lowest points. I was recently spending some time with friends. We were discussing the concept of what God consciousness, Christ consciousness, I am is. And a point that was made during the conversation discussion is that so much of religiosity and even secular worship of concepts constantly tries to put God outside of us, either as a sky daddy or external tokens, artifacts, altars, things that we believe and think dictate our state, our condition, our future. And a point that I was making is you are an extension of whatever you came from. You're a copy of it and your replication of it. So coming from another human makes you a human. And because we are all spiritual beings, we have a spiritual source as well. To my knowledge and understanding, we're the only beings on earth that both have a body and have a spirit or soul. Now, that means that you have God consciousness, Christ consciousness in you, and you are in it. I'm not talking about this from a religious perspective. I'm talking about this from an energetic perspective. And you are the one that has been there for you through all of your lowest times, your hardest times, your worst moments. So if you're ever wondering what you might be capable of, or if you are capable of getting through or overcoming whatever challenge or obstacle you might be dealing with in your life, your business, your relationships, take a moment to step back and think back upon your past and look at all the different low moments that you got through or the seemingly insurmountable challenges and mountains you did get over. We tend to so often forget all the accomplishments and things that we've gone through in our past because we tend to be so myopically focused on what's right in front of us only, missing the forest for the trees, as it were. It's helpful and healthy to zoom out regularly and get a handle on the big picture. I don't know you. I don't know your personal story. I don't know all the struggles you've been through. I don't know all the triumphs you've been through. But one thing that I do know is that if you're watching this video and you understand it, you're a human. You have spirit in you. I call it Christ consciousness, God consciousness. And it is a rite of passage in the journey of every human to go through highs and go through lows. And I bet you've been through a lot of lows, challenges, hardships. You're the one that got you through all that. Now, many people get through those moments through white knuckling it through those moments, grinding it out, right? Buckling down and getting through it. I've been that version of me many, many, many times. And that version of me has served me and it has gotten me through many things. I would invite you to consider that, I would invite you to remember that you have spirit in you. You're also a spiritual being having a physical experience. So you have God consciousness, God breath, Christ consciousness in you. And so based upon that, let me ask you this. While your body might be only 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, your spirit has been around since the dawn of mankind. It's been through 3, 4, 5, 10,000 years of human history. What would it look like and what would it feel like if you were to, at times, sort of take a step back from the physical perspective and the third dimensional world of the challenges you're going through, the perceived problems you're facing, and step back into the stillness and the elevation of your of the spiritual part of you, your holy of holies, as it were, your heart, your Christ consciousness. What would it look like if you could just be calm and at peace, having a peace that surpasses all understanding, surpasses and is just above all understanding of how the heck could you be peaceful in all these problems or these challenges or these issues? Just calmly going through it. Because here's the thing. When you think back on past challenges, circumstances, trials, tribulations that you've gone through, overcome, etc., once they're in your rearview mirror far enough, you're probably not too awfully emotional about any of them. You're not stressed out about any of them. You don't feel anxious about any of them, right? Probably not much anger left anymore, not much bitterness, generally speaking, for most things. You're pretty at peace with it. Why? Well, because in the illusion of time, you see it as the past, so it's not relevant to you at this moment. However, therein this perspective, therein proves that you can look at a challenge and be completely at peace with it. The only difference is that because of the illusion of time, you don't think you're experiencing it right now because it's in the past. But a challenge is a challenge and time is an illusion. Albert Einstein, theory of relativity. There is no past, future, or present. There just is. It's a circle, not a line. In previous videos, I've talked about how when you speak, you're speaking in the present and also in the past and the future. So don't say what you don't want to create in the future, because everything you're saying is energetic and you're saying it now, in the past, and in the future, which means it's being prophetic, which means everything that you say and think is going to meet you again later on down the illusion of the road, aka time, as events, people, and experiences. Events and experiences to mirror what you were saying and thinking. So if you don't want to experience it, don't say it. Don't talk about it. In the same way, you're thinking about problems and challenges in the past and you no longer suffer any kind of emotional reaction to them. But you can actually have the same stillness of spirit and the same elevation of your consciousness with anything that you're going through right now in the present moment. Hard and difficult to do at first? Very, if you've never done it. Impossible? No. Try it. Because you have been there for you and gotten you through 100% of all the challenges and problems you've ever gone through. And what if there's even a greater version of you that you haven't even tapped into yet, your spiritual side, that can take you through problems, challenges, and situations with seemingly impossible level of miracles, as was metaphorically written about in the Bible with the children of Israel going through the Red Sea and the whole ocean gets parted. As a metaphor, see that as somebody being able to be taken through seemingly insurmountable challenges and obstacles in a seemingly miraculous way. Improbable? Sure, to the logical mind. Impossible? Again, if you're missing the forest for the trees, yes. But be honest with yourself. How often do you actually operate from an awareness and a beingness of being within your Christ consciousness, your spirituality first, and then moving from that into the physical world?